Hi students, welcome back. So we were discussing about the concept of the capital budgeting. So now this outflow, this 20,000 or 50,000 or our inflows, how we are calculating. So in this lecture, we will discuss some of the basic concept regarding this inflows and outflow calculation. Obviously, because in the exam, maybe students are getting exactly this information that the outflow is 50,000. But as an investment student or as a finance student, you should understand how this amount of 50,000 is calculated or from where we are getting this amount. This 50,000 basically, like if it is an initial investment for what? It may be a project, it may be a new machine. Let's say it is a machine. So for this purpose, what will be included in that? The price of the machine. Let's say it is 44,000 is the total price of the machine. Then again for this machine there may be some installation cost. Let's say we say 2,000 is the installation cost. Then it may be, for example, we are buying it from outside the country or we are buying it from the other city. So there may be some freight or there may be some carriage or some transport is required. So let's say 2,000 transport is required. And there may be some other expenses or other charges are there. Let's say 2,000 because all these are the assumed value. So this 60,000 or 50,000 amount what we are getting is not just a one value, it is a combination, like installation of the machine, it will be included, like transport of the machine because we are getting this machine and we are even testing that machine, and then it may be some other charges like some basic insurance is there or some other charges are there, or sometime you need to register that machine or we need some legal requirements are there, you have to pay the fees for that. So all these amounts will be included, and this 50,000 will be a total of the price or the basically cost of the machine plus installation plus transport plus other expenses or other costs that are directly related to the investment of this project. So 50,000 we are getting is a combination of 3 or 4 different values. In the same way, if we are talking about this 25,000, so this 25,000 is what? This is the benefit of this machine in the year one. So what may be the benefit? So why we are buying this machine? Because we want to produce something, and obviously it is getting some revenue. Okay, no, but revenue it may be getting like a revenue of 37,000. So, but here it is 25,000. So revenue is 37,000. But when we are purchasing this machine, we are producing some product, and the product in the first year is sold for 37,000. So it is not the total inflow that we are getting, because to produce that product we have other expenses are there. It may be like a material, it may be labor or any other costs that are included. Let's say all these costs are 10,000. So this 10,000 will be what? This 10,000 is the outflow, means to produce that product in the first year where we are getting the revenue of 37,000. The cost is how much? 10,000. It means we are getting net amount of what? 27,000. Again, one more very important thing that is included here, that is the concept of the depreciation. Again, the one more thing that is very important is the concept of the tax, because if we are buying this machine, we are producing some product, then there is some depreciation is there. But depreciation is what? That is the non-cash expense. We have to consider that one also, because first we will subtract that one or we will less that one, and again later on we will add that amount of the depreciation, and after that we will get the net amount of 25,000. So this 25,000 is not just a single value, means you cannot simply assume and write these values. There is a complete calculation behind that. What is the calculation? That this machine will be used by the company, by the business, they will produce the products and they will sell it. So how much revenue they are getting? They are getting the revenue of 37,000. But to produce that product, they have to pay like a material, labor, other expenses. So it is how much? 10,000. So net amount what they're getting is 37,000. Then we are deducting again some of the depreciation of this machine depending on the useful life of the asset. So it is, for example, 50,000. So it will be like a 12,500 we are deducting. Then there is a tax also. The tax will be deducted, that how much the tax you have to pay on this production. Then because the depreciation is the non-cash expense, again this depreciation we are adding here, and after that calculation means we are not going into that much detail how it is calculated, but after that, adding that depreciation, the net amount what we are getting is 25,000. And this amount we are using here in the year one, in the year two, then three and four. So in all these years, what we are doing, we are using these values of 25,000 from this calculation. So it is not a simple direct calculation or assumed value. It is a previously calculated value that is we are writing here in the form of the inflow. So inflow in the first year is 25,000, 25, 25, 25. But for this machine, obviously, it is not the same inflow every year. Maybe in the start, the sale is less, the product is new, or maybe depreciation is more, or maybe that due to the taxation. So there are so many other factors, or maybe the material what they're using is a different. So it's inflow, the net inflow. Basically, this is the net inflow what we're receiving in the form of the cash after paying all the expenses, after adjusting the depreciation, after adjusting the tax. So after that we are getting 25, 28 and 30,000. So all these values are different. So in the next lectures, or in the next, you can say, the series of the lectures, we will see that how these inflows and outflows are affecting the acceptability of the project. Either we have to accept the project A or we have to accept the project B. So this will be decided accordingly, and we will use the different techniques in the next lectures. I hope you have understood this concept, but still, if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much.